Alright, welcome back to Crabby. Today we're going to do a full playthrough for Kanagawa, which is a pretty small box, nifty, quick playing drafting game. Alright, so we're not going to be drafting cards passing to each other. We're going to be drafting from the middle of the table here on this pretty awesome straw mat that comes in the box. Alright, so that's going to be our play area. It's also a bit of a tableau builder. We're going to be adding cards to our little painting over here in our studio below to give us powers, but you'll see that as we go. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to be doing a two-player playthrough for this one, but I'm going to simulate like there's a third player. You know what? Let me grab one of these things. Just so that we have more choices out in the middle of the board. So the way it works is you're going to flip over cards equal to the number of players. Alright, so if you're only playing 2, you fill up these 2, 3, you fill up 3, and 4, you fill up the whole board. Alright, so before we go, like usual, please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. That'll be awesome. Alright, so the way Kanagawa works is it is very similar to Coloretto and Zuluretto, if you've ever played those games. Alright, so we're going to be flipping cards as rows in this tableau, or in this board. Alright, and you have a choice to either take a column or pass for the rest of the round. And each round, you're going to be taking one column, very similar to Coloretto. For example, you take one truck, or Zuluretto, one truck, and so on and so on. So we'll show you the full example right now. Alright, so let's say we're the first player because we have the first player pawn over here. All right, we're going to flip over one row of cards. All right, when you see white, it means face up. When you see red, it means face down. All right, we're doing 3 players, so we're going to fill up to the red square over here. So let's flip over. 1, 2, and this one's going to be face down. All right, so starting with the first player and going around clockwise, you're going to decide if you want to take a column or pass. All right, to wait for more cards. All right, so let's say it's the beginning of the game. Usually you're going to pass. You're not going to take one card. That's probably near the end of the game. You might just take one card if it really fits your tableau and you really need that icon. You might take it. But at the start of the game, we're all going to pass. So pass, pass, pass. We're going to flip over more cards. This one's going to go face down because it's red. And this one's going to go face up. All right, again, you're going to do that every time. So does he want? Let's say he passes. Let's say player 2 over here wants one of these for whatever reason. Let's see, they can paint blues. So let's say, actually there's no good blue stuff out there. So let's say he passes. I'm going to say player 3 over here is going to take this middle column over here. All right, so just like Coloretto, Zuluretto, you place this in your tableau and then you pass. All right, so let's look at the anatomy of a card. So cards, you're either going to play them as paintings up here, but to paint them, you need the paints below the card over here. So right now he only has access to the black mountain, and which means he can only paint this one, for example. Now it is possible that if you have, let's say, this card that paints green and this one needs green, you can put this in your studio, use the card on the same round, but there's no real way of him painting this. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to use this one to put in his tableau to paint. So he needs a mountain, so he's going to take one of his paint brushes and put on the mountain, and there you go. So he uses this icon to pay for this. And that's actually a pretty good card for him because now he's going to continue his landscape up here. All right, and this one, as we already know, he's going to put this in his studio, so it flips over the card. So this is a painting, this is a studio, and he's going to slide it in over here. Now these studio things, different paints, different abilities, these are points. This actually gives him an ability where he can carry one card from round to round, and so on and so on. All right, but anyway, that was his turn. So on your turn, when you take cards, you're going to play the cards, and then you have choices of getting the studio bonus tiles. I'll talk about that much later. For right at the start of the game, you're not going to obviously get one because you don't qualify for any of them. But let's say he's done. All right, and now we're down to 2 players, 2 columns. Let's refill. So this one's going to go face down. This one's going to go face up. All right, so obviously when the columns are full, you have no choice. You have to take one of the 2 options or the options that are there. This guy's out, so it's really between these 2. We're going to start with this player here because he's first player. Which column does he want? Let's see, we can paint yellow. I guess we'll go for the first column. It gives us more yellow, and we can actually paint this stuff. So we're going to grab this. And that means this player is by default going to get this, but you know, for that player, we're not going to bother setting up their tableau. We're just going to simulate that he's doing that on the side. All right, so again, just like this player, let's fill up our tableau. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got an animal. And by the way, you could notice on the back side, when they're face down, you sort of can see the feature that's on the other side. So I got 2 animal cards. There you go. I got a butterfly and whatever this is, a fox. And then I got also a person, which is over here. All right, I'm going to teach you that as soon as I play these cards, why these are useful when you're looking up there. All right, so I have access to a yellow paint. So let me, boom. By the way, these paintbrushes, when they start off the board, it doesn't cost you anything to put them on your studio to gain access to that paint. So I can play one yellow. All of these can use yellow. That's interesting. So let's see, butterfly. See if I can get butterfly, fox, and I can get a deer in the future. I can grab that 7-point tile. So is there any way for me to paint both of these? No, there is not, because this is going to require 2 yellows, and this one gives me a green. So let's go with, let's see, I need flowers. Do any of these have flowers? Oh, these two have flowers. Okay, so let's paint the fox here on the top. All right, so that's going to be the yellow for that. Up next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do something bizarre. Something I don't like to do to get too much of the same color paint. But I'm going to flip this over, put this in my studio to get access to another yellow. And then, this is a free action to put it here. And then I'm going to use this yellow to paint this one. And the reason I did that is because it keeps following my features, which is pretty awesome. All right, that's going to score me extra points at the end of the game. All right, but that was my turn. Now I can look and try to get these tiles. I'll explain you this during round 2. Probably I'll qualify for some stuff, but these are some bonus points you can get. We're all done. Nobody got this icon. Let me see. Let's pretend he didn't put this in his studio. If nobody gets this icon, it means that the assistant is the person who's going to be first player next turn. All right, so nobody played this icon, so that means I'm going to still be first player. All right, we're all done. Let's go to round number 2. All right, and each round is going to play exactly the same way. By the way, the game's going to end in one of 2 ways. Once somebody gets 11 cards in their sort of painting. So right now I'm at 2. This guy's at 1. So, you know, it could be that one guy finishes with 11 or even 13 and another player has 10. All right? It can be different. So I'm at 2. And the other way that it can end is if you go through the whole deck. Then it's going to automatically end. All right, but anyway, let's not waste time. Let's go to round 2. So let's refill the tableau. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm looking for these flower signs. I'm also looking to maybe get different people and definitely different animals so I can look at these things. All right, so these are different houses, which are for here. And there's an unknown. So I don't like any of those cards, so I'm actually going to pass. That player's going to pass, and let's say this player passes. Let's go to the next row. Ooh, the bird that I want. But I can't actually paint her because this one needs a green. More green. All right, so again, I'm looking at this. There's nothing with yellow on it. I can't paint anything. I can use these things to put in my studio, but again, there's more yellow paint, which I don't want. I'm going to pass because none of these interest me. Let's say that player, he has blue. Let's say that player likes, no, actually, there's nothing with blue here. So let's say he passes as well, and then this player's going to go, and he's going to pass as well. All right, so that's it. Let's go to the last card. So this is face down, face up, and face up. Face up. Yeah. Yeah, face up. All right. So again, starting with the first player, they draft first. Guess I'll go with the middle column. I don't want the first column because there's no yellow, and these features don't help me. At least if I paint this lightning is a sort of a wild feature, so it's going to actually continue my. Even though I don't need houses, I'm not really going for houses, but these ones are not good because I don't have green or blue to paint that stuff. So let me grab the middle. I'll deal with this in a second. That player there is going to grab, let's say, this one here. Let's pretend he's doing his tableau. And then this player on my right is going to grab this stuff. All right, so let's fill up our tableau first. Flip this stuff over. Did we get anything good? Not really. All right. So I can already tell with my cards, these 2 I'm going to have to put in my studio no matter what because there's no way for me to get 2 black. So let's just slot those in right away. So it's going to give me access to 2 blue paint. And then I'm going to paint this one, which is a yellow. I'm going to have one already on the yellow. Yeah, so then I'll paint this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ability here. So this is move a paintbrush. I'm going to use this to move this one to a blue. So that next turn I can paint one yellow and one blue. All right. So that was going to be my turn. Let's do this guy's turn quick. So he has access to black, and that's about it. Let him put this one here. Nothing really follows this feature, so let's put a black here. And then these two we will slot in as... Actually, you know what? He's going to carry over this card till next turn. And he's going to put this one here. And the reason he gets to carry a card over is because this icon. This icon here, a hand with a card. It means every round you can carry over one card. So next round you can decide where it goes, so on and so on. Plus, he's the one that got this. Let's say he was the last person to play this. By the way, if multiple players play this assistant icon during a round, it's the last person to get it or played is going to get it, right? Because it gets shifted over. So if he played his thing last, boom, boom, he gets it. Which means on the following turn, he's going to be the first player. And so he's got a card in hand. He's going to be first. We're ready to go into round 3, I believe. So let's go. Flip, flip, and down. So these ones are interesting. These ones are actually wild in your studio, but you end up losing 2 points. All right, flexible, but dangerous. All right, so let's go. Let's say pass. Let's see, I want things with flowers. Nothing there really helps me. Let's pretend he doesn't want anything either. So let's go again. We all pass. Go again. Let's go again. Let's go face up. So he's gonna pass. All right, now we are not gonna pass. I think I have an idea. I think I want to get a wild. I lose 2 points, but it is gonna net me some points because I'm gonna finally get my first diploma, and I'll show you which one I'm gonna get. But this character, I can get 2 diplomas actually because I can go get that red one. Or 3, not the same. I can wait to see if I can get the third character. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to grab this. All right, and let's slot these in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in my tableau. Then I'm going to use my move ability to move this one onto the wild. All right, so this is a yellow, and I get to play a yellow. So this is going to net me a point. It doesn't match my feature, but maybe I can overcome that somehow. I'll show you later. And I'm going to slot this in like this. Okay, so I probably mentioned this earlier in the video. So on your turn, you're going to grab a stack. You're going to decide where to put them in your tableau, and then you're going to check for diplomas. I'll just go over all the rules for diplomas right now. There's one really important rule about diplomas. You can only ever capture one of each of those colors that are out there. So for example, if I have, let's say I have 2 different people, I can grab this one, right? Because I satisfy it. But in the future, if I get another different person, I wouldn't be able to grab this one, right? Because I've already gotten one of the red diplomas, right? Make sense? So if I grab like the trees, for example, if I have 3 trees, well, then I wouldn't be able to get the 4 or the 5 trees. All right, so it is first come, first serve. Right, and you have to be strategic of when you get it because you can only ever take, the second most important rule is you can only ever take a diploma on the turn that you satisfy it. So right now I have 2 different people, which means I satisfy this one. If I don't grab that diploma right now, I can't grab that one in the future. I can only try to get a better one. Okay, so those are the 2 most important rules. All right, and the third one is obviously you get diplomas in turn order. At the end of your turn after placing, you can check for diplomas. So that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, so looking at my tableau, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the one that says, where is it? Here, this one here. So it says have 3 of the same paints in my tableau. All right, which means the wild can be whatever I want. So I have 3 yellow or 3 blue, so I satisfy it either way. All right, so I'm going to take this. This is going to score me 3 points at the end of the game, and whatever's in the middle here is going to gain right away. So that's going to give me an extra paintbrush. Boom. That I'm going to get to put on somewhere next turn. But I keep this in front of me so I don't forget. And then I can keep getting more diplomas if I want. So I don't have different houses. I don't even have any. I don't have any trees. Animals, I'm still waiting for maybe the deer or the bird and the deer. People, I can grab this one, but I really want this one so I can overlay a storm on top of this. All right, so I'm going to try to get that other person that I'm missing. I don't have 2 arrows in my tableau, and I don't have... Ooh, I do have 3 paintbrushes, so I can grab this if I wanted. But you know what? Let me try to get the 4th paintbrush because I can see that none of my opponents are even close, so that I can get an extra 2 points. All right, so there you go. That's the end of my turn. They're going to do their stuff. Let's say they didn't grab anything. Let me just do their turn very quick. Let's say this guy has to pick first. He's going for houses and people. So maybe there's a house here, blue, although this one has a house, but it's the same house he already has. So these ones are different houses. So he definitely doesn't want that. So he's going to grab this. And that means that player over there is going to grab these. He's putting it in his tableau. We'll pretend that he's doing it correctly. He doesn't have green, although he has a wild. All right, so he's going to slot this into his studio. He's going to put this on top of the wild. And now you can paint all this stuff. He's definitely going to put the different house. So he's going to pretend his wild is green for this one. Let's see, trees. Oh, he has a lot of different tree stuff. So what he's going to do is he's going to use his black here to put this one into play. And then he's going to carry this one over into next round. Right? Because that ability is always in play. Let's see. Nobody played any people. Let's pretend he didn't. So first player is going to stay with this character. All right, let's go to the next round. Flip over some tiles. Ooh, that's trees are going to be good for him. Maybe he'd want to get that right away. Ooh, that's great. Oh, no, that's not good for me. That's the same character I already have. So I definitely don't want that one. All right, so we flip over. This character is going to decide. He has 1. See, with this, he has 2 black. Ooh, okay. He's going to do something weird. He's going to grab this column as his first move. He's going to slot it in. He needs 2 black, a wild and a black. He's going to put it here. Boom. And just like that, he has 4 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe he's going to grab this one here. All right, which means he gets a storm token. All right, and I'll deal with this stuff later. Let's see. Can he slot this one in? No, he already used both those paintbrushes, which means he can't use the wild again for the yellow over here. So he'll carry that over into the next round. All right, we both pass, let's say. So let's flip over more tiles. House. No house. Oh, another storm. Which needs a blue, and it's a point. So I really don't want this one. And I don't want him, because maybe he wants to get this one. So before he takes it, let me take it. Because this is going to be totally useless for me. Then him, I guess he'll wait for another card, flips it over, and he's going to take all this stuff. All right, so let's slot our cards in. Let's flip this over. It is a house, double green. There's no way for me to do double green. And I'm going to have to add this to my studio. Unfortunately, it's another yellow. So now I could have gotten the 4 color one right over here if I waited a bit longer. That's a useless studio card for me, for sure. And this one I'm definitely going to want to build in my tableau because it's going to continue my run of features if I can change this into a storm. Plot that right here. There you go. So I'm done. We're all done. All right, let's go to the next round. Let's just pretend he's still first player. Nobody played a assistant card. Flip. 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 And by the way, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're about halfway through the game. All right, remember, it's 11 cards, then it ends. All right, so flipped over all this stuff. Ooh, person. If that's a person that I don't have, that can score me a lot of points right there. All right, let's keep things simple. Pass, pass, pass. Let's flip over more cards. Make a bigger tableau. More choices. Ooh, an animal. I can get the animals I need. I can grab there, but they're always upside down, so I can't really see what's there. All right. I think this first player, is going to grab this because he can actually paint both of these, and they fit his tableau pretty well. So he's going to go. The black is going to use this, and the wild is going to be the green here. So we're going to place these like so. Put it there, and put it there. So now he's got 3 different houses. He can grab another storm, but I think he's going to try to go get the 4 different houses to get the 7-point token over here. right, so he's out. Let's say we pass. Flip over another one. Another house, which is the one that he needs, actually. Face up, face up. Let's see, I picked before him because we go in turn order. I guess I'll grab this column here because I don't really care about trees, and maybe this animal is going to be the one that helps me. Let's see which one it is. It is the deer. That's awesome. All right, because I just need the bird now to grab that tile. So let's give this to the third player over there. Again, let's pretend he's putting in his tableau correctly, and let's slot these in. So I can definitely build this to yellow, and then I'll have a wild that I can use on either this one or this one. I think I'm going to go for the animals. Oh, but the houses help me over here. I like all these cards. What do I do? Okay, well, do any of them have the leaf? Oh, and these ones have leaves. These are all great. Yeah, I definitely want to put in the animal for sure. All right, so let's do that. So let's put this one's going to be the wild from there. And I might as well put this one in because it's at least going to score me a point. But this one is actually going to score me more points because it continues my leaves. Instead of doing flowers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, I can do leaves, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this one with another yellow. So let's put this on yellow. Or it doesn't matter which one I put it on. And we'll put a house over here. And that means this one's going to go into my studio. So this one would have scored me a point, but it's flowers. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 4 more cards. I'm gonna have to toss everything over. I'm running out of space here. But that's my turn. Do I satisfy anything out there? 2 different people, 2 different animals, but I'm missing the bird for that one. And only 1 house. I need at least 2 different houses for that one. We're good. He didn't satisfy anything either. Well, actually, he had 3 different houses. He's gonna try to get this one here. So I think we're good. I didn't play any assistants, so he's going to stay first player. All right, so let's go. This is round 6, I believe. There's another wild tile right there. Trees don't interest him in the middle, so pass, pass, pass. I don't think any of these tiles are great right now. Silver. None of the houses that this guy needs showed up, so he'll pass. Doesn't really care about that stuff. The people that he needs, not even there. So he'll pass. Again, the animal, unless this is the one, but I can't see. But I really don't want this, which is going to lose me 2 points at the end of the game. Unless I go for this and I get 2 different houses for this. Do I take a chance? Yeah, I think I'll build both of these because they'll both give me a point as well. But none of these add to my features. Oh, no. I'm going to pass as well. None of these are interesting. And so let's go with him. And let's just say that player there really wants this wild for whatever reason. Let's give him this, and he's out. All right, let's go to the last stack. He's down, face up. Oh, is that the person I'm missing? No! Maybe it's this one. All right, so he's first player. So he has this character here. He doesn't need this house. He doesn't need trees, so he'll grab this. So add it to his hand, and then we're going to grab this. And just for giggles, just to, reduce some of these diplomas, because that player would have definitely grabbed some. Let's just pretend that he grabbed this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, whatever. Just reduce some of these things. Let's say he grabbed this one, so on and so on. All right, there you go. Because obviously, if you're playing with a third player, some of these diplomas would disappear. All right, so let's see where we're going to put these in. Actually, let me shift all these cards over. All right, so I shifted everything over. I already did my opponent's turn, painted whatever he needs to do. He has a card left over. And we, by chance, the one that was on the other side was the character we are missing. So we have 2 different, and now we're going to have the 3 different. So we definitely want to paint her, or him, and it's a yellow. So we do already have yellow paint. So let's put that in. All right, what are we gonna do with these other two? We got trees, one tree and one house. I mean, we can use our move ability to move this here, and then we can build both of these. But the problem is, that both of these don't follow our features. At this point, I don't think it matters because we're gonna probably do leaves, and everything after is probably not gonna matter. So let's just paint both of these. Plus, they give us a point each, right? So paint and paint. All right, so now let's grab some diplomas. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm at 10. That means next round's for sure going to be the last round. So I might as well grab as much diplomas as I can right now. So I have 3 different people. Let's grab this one here, which gives me a storm token. And these you place at the end of the game too. But I already know where I'm going to put it. Let's just put it over. It doesn't really matter. The beginning or the end, let's just put it here. Okay, you know what? Let's just play the real rules. Play it at the end of the game. So I have 1 tree, not enough. I have 2 different houses. I need 3, so maybe I'll try to go for 3 next turn. And I'm still missing that 1 animal, so I'm definitely going to focus on trying to get that. But there you go. That was the round. I didn't play an assistant. He didn't play it. Okay, there you go. So final round. Face up. Not the animal I need. Not any of those. So my opponent's looking. He needs a house. So he's looking for that house to get this one. That none of that helps him. So pass, pass, pass. Go to the next one. That's the one I need. Face down, face up. That is not the house he wants. So, and he doesn't care about the animals, so he'll pass. Do I just grab it now, just so I can grab the animals? I think I will. Can't really wait in this game. It's gonna be last round anyway, so let me grab this. And then my opponent's gonna pass, and then we're just gonna go face up. Face up. So he's looking for a house. He's just gonna grab this one and pray that the one that's not there is the one that he's actually looking for. He looks at it, and it is the one he's looking for. He's looking for the tall red one. That's the one he was missing. So, but before he does his, I gotta do my turn. Sorry, I was going way too fast. So we're gonna paint both of these. So I'm gonna move this onto a blue. I got 2 blue and a wild, 2 blue and a wild. Yeah, doesn't matter which order I paint these in. So let's just pretend they're part of my tableau. I ran out of space again. So now I got the 3 different animals, the bug, the deer, and the fox guy, or whatever it is. So it's gonna be this one here. So I'll grab this, which gives me the assistant token. Which at the end of the round is gonna give me the master. And can I take anything else? No. Because if I would have satisfied for it, I would have satisfied for it on a previous turn. I do have 2 different people, but I did pass on this a long time ago. I never got any of these. I already grabbed one of those, and I didn't grab the 3 different houses. All right, so let's go over here for his final placement. So 2 blues, he's definitely going to play this. Very mandatory for him. Gonna do that, so he's gonna have to move one of his paintbrushes to blue. That's all he's gonna be able to paint, right? 2 blue. He only has 2 paintbrushes. He used them. So both of these are gonna be put as studio cards. Means his last card he was holding in his hand is also gonna be a studio card. All right, now he's gonna look at what he can satisfy. He's definitely gonna grab this one, which actually steals the assistant back from me. Does it satisfy anything else? No, 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 no. You never got the 3 paintbrushes. He already took one of those, and you already took one of those. All right, let's just pretend that player there grabbed a couple more of those throughout the game. Whatever. All right, so there you go. So now you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Somebody's past 11 or past 10. 11 and more is going to trigger the end of the game. You're going to finish, and you're going to go to end game scoring. So let me pull out just a little bit. And how do you score? Well, you're only going to score 4 things. All right, first is you're going to score how many cards you have in your, it's called the print or your painting. So because you can end with more than 11, I'm actually going to score 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. That's number 1. Paint there. So my opponent here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He only got the 8, which is not great. Maybe I wasn't playing too strategic with him. So I got 12 and he got 8. The next thing you're going to score is the feature thing that I was talking about in the top right of a card, right? So now is where you're going to place your storms that you may have gotten throughout the game. So my opponent got one here. Let's say he puts that over here. And I got one, and let's say I put it over here. All right, so my longest one is going to be the leaves. So if I am going to get leaves, I'm going to put it here. So if you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Storms are wild. All right, so I got +6. My opponent would just get +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you add those. That was number 2. Third thing you're going to score is all the points on your cards. All right, so I'm going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2. It's going to be 3 points. My opponent, 1, 2, -2, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6 points. Then the fourth and final one is you're going to score your diplomas. All right, so it's 7 + 4 + 3. All right, 14. My opponent, 7 + 4 + 2, 13. Any other opponent on there? A ton of them. Oh, and I did forget the last thing is whoever ends up with the master at the end of the game is going to score an extra 2. So you actually score 5 things. And that's how you play Kanagawa. All right, you're going to score the length of your print, your longest feature set, the points on the cards, your diplomas, master, you're done. Most points wins the game. All right, so pretty cool game. I like the drafting mechanic, really cool. I like the components, especially for this low price point of a game. It's really good. All right, see you in the next one. Later.